Everyone was like, he solved the case. He did it. Everyone's like, Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There are no flaws. You will observe a saucer of milk to promise of food is the key to training a creature. Incredible. Incredible. You solved the mystery. I mean, over this guy's like, I believe him. Whatever makes him not make me not innocent. Whatever makes me innocent. I believe what he said. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes is such a household name. My dear man. It was nothing remarkable. As a Russian would say, I could have done it with my one left hand. Wait, what? They say that? It was just, I was like, I don't think they say that. No, I don't think they do. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just about your deduction before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, as I use my book, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part from the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. And when reptiles, don't drink milk. Ah! It's really only mammals that drink milk, you see. Really? I did not know that. Wait, is that true? I didn't know that, huh? So I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Ballerina used other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Huh? Wait, what? They don't? How do they? Wait, what? Yes, I'm not so sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. Really? But madam, what about the tales of Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sound of the foot? Exactly. Wait, they don't have ears? Well, maybe the movements. That's why they can, like, you know, dance with them. But I don't really. I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Oh, I see. Okay, she just said what I said. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There's one other thing. You have more! Snakes use their scales on their bellies to propel themselves. Yeah, okay, I know that much. So, I'm not really sure about the snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in the cabin. Then it should try harder. Please, don't be angry at me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake has gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it could have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine a snake could have had a part in this. I'm guilty again. You're proving it could have been my only way out, Susato, but you helped them. What the fuck? I'm gonna go to jail now. And Sholmes like, oh. And he's like, I didn't think it was true. Now that you mention it, he is a bad detective. Okay. I think we need to step in to help again, Mrs. Naruto. Oh, no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into a great ones. They ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruto. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to your wrist again. I got rid of your handcuffs again. What? Again? Well, how am I not feeling like this? You've done it again. Your handcuffs are gone. Where did they go? Fear not. I shall see they are restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin once more with feeling. Herlock Sholmes proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. With Ryonosuke Naruto, of course. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright. Now it's our turn. Miss Paloma, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. The whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall the horror events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Nope. She does have a pain expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mrs. Sholmes has read her quite correctly. Is that it? Could there be another way to interpret her expression then? Take a moment. Let's take a moment and really look very closely to Miss Paloma. We stare at her, squint our eyes, and just look at her up close. Oh shit! Okay, whatever. What about your earrings, now? I haven't really looked at it that much. She has such a petite ear among the beautiful hair. Like little pink shells. Oh, what's that? There's something dangling from her ear. What's that? I don't know. Ah, that's an earring. The crescent moon part looks like though it's made of wood. Wait, what? I thought it looks like gold for some reason. Okay. It's charming, isn't it? Women do seem to have adornments like that. To love adornments like that. In their hair, around their necks, in their fingers, and even hanging from the ear, it seems. Well, jewelry is beautiful, Naruto-san. Duh. What the hell? I think, duh, they're so beautiful. Okay. Right ear? Why does she not have an earring on this one? Where is it? Huh. She has a petite ears on beautiful around. Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ear. I expect that's called an earring. It's called a piece of jewelry. An earring, is it? It's really tiny. Perhaps part of it's missing. Maybe it broke off. So now there's all left a clasp part of that attaches to the earring. Ear, whatever. If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. Interesting. Where it's gone. But we haven't really found anything that looks so close to that. I have a feeling it's this. Oh, Naruto-san, look! That looks like a very painful wound. Wound? Not wound. It looks like a scratch made by some kind of animal. And fairly recently, too. Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here. Alright, but we're gonna do this either way. Yes! The claw scratch. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch marks with pain. Indeed, a simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. It hurts still. Miss Paloma, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? So you did. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I'm sad, the pain of this wound is worse. Why? It is the very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of the intruder that stole the victim's cabin? Stole into the victim's cabin on the portentous night. I can't read. Why, naturally. It was a friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected. Another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the withering serpent we see before us. It seems that likely that the scratch mark on the back of the Miss Pavlova's hand was made by the friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, the snake doesn't... Snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet to leave scratches. My scratch girl have feet or on which claws might grow. I can't read apparently. I'm just gonna add my own words right there. Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Mr. Naruto-san. That's where we'll find the answer. Okay? Now then, where should we look? Oh, wow. It was this teapot! It's her friend. I have a feeling that it was this teapot that Miss Pavlova's eyes flickered over to before. You think the friends that she's been talking about? Well, we're all different, aren't we? Whatever we might say about it, if that's the way she feels. I don't think I'll say anything about it then. You and the teapot can discuss it instead. Wait, that's not what I meant. He's like, of course not, it's not that. Oh, Seaman's strong enough! Let's look at him. There's no doubt, is there? She looked at this direction. Straight to strongman Seaman. Seaman strong enough. Well, they do seem to be friends, of sorts. But I can't imagine how he could possibly fit through the ventilator. Don't forget that he managed to fit inside Kazuma's trunk when he first boarded this ship. I would ask what proves that, but I think an equivocal little smile would be more effective. Oh my god, Sasato. I really do like her, like, freaking roasting Naruto-san at times. The more I look at this creature, the more the stripes stand out. It's a very impressive snake, isn't it? Oh yes, it really is. And it seems to be doing its best to squeeze the poor sailor's head until it bursts. Yes, it's a terrifying sight, and slightly heartwarming at the same time. The only hug the mom cat gave. A deadly one right there. Anyway, it would probably be a good idea not to get too close. You think? It kept on biting, trying to bite someone. Alright, the actual pet. And I did give it out, but good thing I censored myself. Making sure that it doesn't, like, you know, been caught on camera. Anyways, oh, look at the photograph in this frame. This might be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She's exceptionally beautiful in this, isn't she? Yeah, that's true, but personally, it's a little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. And she does have her earrings on her, like that. But maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. The cat! Actually, your tiara, Miss Pavlova. What the hell? Okay, fine then. That must be a strange costume she's wearing. It's quite stunning. I should like to have something like that. And she's wearing a 20,000 rupees on her head. I'm sorry if I burped. Holy shit, I just burped. I'm sorry. Head as well. Look. It's called a tiara, Naruto-san. And you shouldn't think of it purely in terms of its value. She must be a strong-willed woman. To turn her back on the world stage and run away all on her own. That I will say. She may not be an angel, like she claims to be, but she is strong. For somebody to do that, holy shit. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova is cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruto-san? For the culprit, for the blackest outfit. The black kitten. From the look of the picture, at least Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. And look at the bell that it has, by the way. Anyways, yes! It's this cat. Yes, it was not a little dog, but a little kitten, in fact. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. No. The whereabouts of the black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought that animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Oh no, she figured it. He figured it out. Damn it. Oh wait. Tarka is my best friend. There you go. Oh, by the way, Darka, really? A black cat? Name him Darka? As in dark? Really? Okay. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. No, it's a Russian black. What the fuck are you saying? Actually, I don't know about that. Wait, did it? Was that Mr. Jones? Oh, never mind. And yet, the fact leaves us in a conundrum. The victor's written observations on the night in question tell us of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, why are you standing next to the snake? It's not him anymore. This specimen's markings do not fit the description in any way. He's gonna go back to the snake, I guess. What explanation can we give, pray? What was this sight of the fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. It has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer of this conundrum, even now, with hidden behind your back. Yes, that of which you are trying to, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's slouched skin. I don't know about that, honestly. Did you see that? She just took something out of the pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have noticed, have even known. Oh yes, plays like that are Mr. Show's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was his specialty, or maybe making believe that was a ploy too. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that the skin that's the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova's hiding behind her back? Might as well look at it. She still has our newspaper right here. The hell? I guess not. I don't think we need to look at the ear because we have already talked about it, right? Like, right? We already looked at the ear. Yeah, we already talked about it. Okay, we can just leave this part out. But go directly to the thing that's behind her back. Well, it is speckled, and it's a band, but what is it? It seems to be very soft. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And it looks like a handle on the end. I think it may be a cat's toy. A sort of common of the West, in the West apparently. How is that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it. That sounds possibly adorable. I guess we changed that to cat's toy. And now present it. And the glass breaks. Oh no, watch your step. Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is a cat's toy. Precisely. And the true nature of the infamous speckled band. And it was the toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. Either her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the memory cabin. Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah. In summary, the nature of the friends of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of a cat by the name of Darka. It's not blue! It's a black cat! A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Oh, cool. Got that as evidence. I don't know why we got that, but okay, cool.
It was after I gave her her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched me back of my hand and then ran up the belt cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator.
Okay, goodbye. She said, meow, goodbye, and left in there.
Darka, she is so naughty. Naughty, naughty cat. Oh, no, no, no.
Shut up, Ricky. A beloved kitten. Oh. No! Solved. Which leaves you, how did Mr. Asuki die? I wonder. Moving on, we come to the Huddle Method. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data, of which I have been apprised, it would appear that there are no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained of a terrible venom. What Mr. Shou says is true. There are no signs of wounds anywhere in Kazuma-sama's body. That's right, but Mr. Shou seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give the information he's missing now. Hey, our good friend Herlock, he did not die from poison. Yes. He died from a broken neck, apparently. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only have been explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes, I knew it was one of the or the other. He's like either a piece of paper or a freaking poison. I don't know.
His necklace.
Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only the Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. I don't know. Seeming strong enough isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, the jury is out. Anyway, we have a good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there are remains, evidence to affirm the scene of the crime.
Oh no, could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. I don't know about that. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found though. Presumably Darka didn't silently creep up and behind Kazuma and deal with the final blow. I suppose it's possible that he had fallen and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe the Kazuma-sama though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene of the crime that could explain what actually happened? Probably this, because there is the shoe polish and everything. So might as well.
Yes!
The mark of the floor, yeah, exactly. Yes, the examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark is prominently visible next to the victim's body. It is a is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish.
Indeed, possibly identified by a little analysis device to construct it, which I carry out now as a matter of course. Ah, fuck, I can't read. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is perfect match to the color of Mr. Sugi's lace leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Sugi must have caught his foot at the point on the floor and tripped.
Please, no.
And, by the dreadful torn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object, and as he fell on the floor, suffering from a fatal blow on the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Is that really true, Miss Palova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Sugi lost his life? Yes, the facts are clear as day to me now. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links to the victim's death in that traveling case. I don't believe it. Kazuma-san merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it. I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened. But, and if this part of Mr. Shomo's deduction is right, Miss Paloma is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in this direction, there might be just that she cast her eyes. Where? I wonder. Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. We're almost finished with this. Holy shit, that was fast. Well, it ain't the tiara. Because the tiara ain't the thing. Ah, somebody appears to be dropped 20,000 rupees here. It wasn't dropped, Naruhodo-san. It's been placed. I'm starting to sound like Mr. Shomes. I'm trying to sound like the great detective. He's like, you're not like him. You're not him. You're not him. Okay, maybe this time, if we check the trash, there might be something in there. There's a waste paper basket. Perhaps the first-class cabins have them. But Miss Palova only started occupying this cabin last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet. Ah! Oh, what's that? It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you. No, we know what it is. Be sure to check the traveling case. There's nothing in there. This is where Miss Palova's hid her friend. That's right, and it wasn't a snake after all. No, it was just a little kitten she called Starka. Not that that's anywhere to be seen now. It seems to have let itself out of the case and gone exploring. I expect it's wrapping itself around someone's head, somewhere, trying to make a new friend. Either that, or it's scratching their hand into pieces. The point is, where has it got to? Oh well. But it's the trash can. After all, we just saw a bell in there. I'm not gonna say yes. That's right. You hid the evidence that links to you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Oh. Ah! No, Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. Now, one that with the I can't read. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Sugi's cabin. And, as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
Oh no.
So, Miss Paloma, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of the glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the crime, at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin?
No.
I know she's like, yeah, whatever. Oh God, don't do that. Hell no, don't do that. You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't know.
Yes. In the hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. No. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruto. Yes. The evidence linking to Miss Paloma and the little glass bell would be this, of course, since it's in the picture.
Yes.
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of death, and the cause of the fateful stumble. Your absent feline friend, Darka.
I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry.
Death by tripping over a cat. That's so sad to assume that happened to Kazuma. He's too strong for that. I don't believe it. Elementary. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. Yeah, tell us now.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave him some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that the cats become anxious and nervous in new environments. That's why she's like walking around to get used to it.
She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired a rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes, and I had read the rules of the wall. I knew I was not allowed to have Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that the animals can carry infectious diseases. It is a precaution, really. Meanwhile, the weapons are not allowed because it kills people. Freaking Kazuma. Jesus Christ, he wanted his sword so badly with him.
So I listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, it must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it was safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her for a toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have the propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then...
Holy shit!
I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then, oh, it was such a dreadful bang. And then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Kazuma was... That's sad. He died by accident.
From the appearance of the broken mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the bell and tripping up. The Buria is a large vessel, but even when she can pitch or roll violently without warning. And Mizusuke was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet. The combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over.
That's sad.
But what became the kitten afterwards?
Wait, yeah, you have your cat back for a moment.
At the end, I managed to get her come back through the ventilator.
Yet Zarka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock the case.
Well, I think she's opened it herself, honestly.
And now she's disappeared again.
Gracious! That cat is insufferably restless as I am. Maybe you are the cat, transform into man. Well, he knows something about himself at least. At least he's self-absorbent now.
When I woke this morning, I heard the young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. So I'd rather have the Japanese man go to jail for my actions instead.
Fuck you. Why is it all the women trying to accuse me? Why is all the women trying to accuse freaking poor Yonosuke for murder? Like, the first one was Giselle Brett or whatever. And now it's this one. Like, what?
I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. Where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Palova, then who is it? And where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board of this ship? It's like snakes on a plane, but snakes on a boat. Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Pizoko. I don't know. I think, prove me if I'm wrong, future me, if I do my research on this. I think that's also a Russian dish. Or something like that. What? What? That snake belongs to you. He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect him to find me here. Yes, how did the snake get into this cabin? Even the snake is like, let me go! I am not your friend! You just catching me! I'm not your friend, I'm not your pet, let me go! But animals are not permitted on board. Ah! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without a close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human? Or who understands you better? But my dear furry fellow, I am here to be your friend. I'm just kidding. A gargantuan venomous snake surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. What kind of pet is this? What the fuck? You really mean? Pinocchio does not have venom. I'm just kidding, Pinocchio. He is harmless, very long, and very gentle. He's adorable, like Randy. It's venomless. Yes, now he's hungry, so he is in battle mood. But once I feed him, you will see him big smile. I know how snakes smile with their teeth not showing. That's how they smile. But when they show their teeth, they're not smiling at all. And you feed them what? Milk, I suppose? Ah! They don't... They like they shave, they very milk chickens. Ridiculous! Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Pinocchio eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Ah, oh, so... Is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course! Who else can I catch a friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Yeah, for him. It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce is something so inept land on a starring girl? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Pinocchio has nothing to do with this incident. Ah. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. That's sad. It really is sad. I'm gonna eat here because I'm drinking water. Oh my god, my voice is almost gone. Alright. 3, 2, 1. He's so buttery. He's like, why wasn't the snake poisonous? What the fuck? Venomous, sorry. Poison. Actually, I don't know. No, poisonous is what you inhale, inject yourself. Venomous is what the other injects into you. Or something like that. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It might be the other way around. I don't know. Miss Pavlova? I understand that the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances is, I can't forgive you. But what are you talking about, Miss Mikotaba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of misfortunate events, an accident. I'm not a great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruto? Really? There's more to it? Dude, there's more to it. Okay, little side note. When I played this game for the first time, I was like, damn, okay, I guess that's how it is. Wow, like, we just solved the case. But once Sasato said that, I'm like, there's more? What? So I was like, but part of me did believe that Kazuma wouldn't die like that. He wouldn't. I barely know the character, but I just know he ain't that weak of a character to die like that. To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh? I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruto, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Ah! Not again! When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrist as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours.
was he not? Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him a freedom even. Sorry if I took a long pause. I had someone texting me right now, so. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruto. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase it down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Ooh. Alright. I'll see what I can do. Excellent! Thank you, Mr. Naruto. Alright, let's get down to business.